Mr. Sensenbrenner.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. When I turned the TV on the day after Memorial Day and saw the brutal murder of George Floyd, it made me sick. And the depravity that was exhibited there, really burned in my soul. And I would like to say, Mr. Floyd, that, not only am I personally sad and express my condolences to you and your family, but the pain of your brother, I think, has become the pain of America. And it's up to us to constructively deal with this so that we can do more than just have a press release and make a difference. After your brother died, there were a lot of people who legitimately exercised their constitutional rights to peacefully protest. There were some who came in that didn't want to peacefully protest, and as a result, we had riots and arson and burning, and people, both protesters as well as police, became injured as a result of that. And that, in my opinion, ended up attempting to destroy the legacy of your brother. And the people who did decide to raise mayhem are going to have to account for that, sooner or later, whether it's in a court of law, or elsewhere. But I think we have to recognize one thing, and we've heard about this from some of the witnesses as well as in the news media, and that is that they're good cops and they're bad cops. And if the police end up being defunded, which I think would be a horrible idea, let's look at what the consequence will be. First of all, the consequence would be if there are no police, there'll be vigilantism. And I would submit to you that there will probably be more racism if people take the law into their own hands than if they relied on the police to investigate crimes and to protect the public. But the second thing is that it would hurt the good cops. 99% of the people who serve in law enforcement and put their lives on the line every day of the year are good cops. They want to enforce the law. They don't want to harm anybody, and they know that their job is to protect the public. And these are the cops, if money were taken away, that would end up either losing their job or not getting pay raises or maybe even getting pay cuts. And that would be a travesty of justice, in my opinion. Now, having said that, I want to turn to my Democratic colleagues. A lot of the police union activity that we have seen has been to protect bad cops. And the police unions in this country, and my Democratic colleagues, have more friends in those unions than we Republicans do, are going to have to step up to the plate and to be cooperative with communities in getting rid of the bad cops. I heard that George Floyd's assailant had 16 allegations of misconduct against him. Why was he still on the force? That was just, an invitation to more misconduct. And unfortunately, Mr. Floyd, your brother, ended up being the victim of that. So I would hope that as this debate goes on, we have speedier resolutions of getting rid of bad cops. I see nothing wrong with having, a bad cop database. But having a database isn't going to get somebody fired who ought to be fired. And the sooner we get the bad cops off the force, the sooner there will no longer be any bad apples to spoil the whole barrel. I look forward with working with all of you, but you guys over on the other side of the aisle and gals are going to have to be very proactive in telling police unions that it is in their interest and in the interest of the vast majority of their membership to get rid of bad cops. I yield back.